evening, boys and girls. It's Miss Underwood, and tonight we have our story is from an author that we studied way back in the first 6 weeks of school, and it is Rachael Isadora. And I love stories by Rachael Isadora, but the story that we have tonight is I Just Want to Say Goodnight, and it is going to be an awesome little book. It is about Layla's goodnight rituals, and they make a good day even better. So let's take a look and see what her rituals are. And remember, Rachael Isadora was an author that writes a lot about African tribes and some African people. So let's see what Layla's goodnight rituals are. On the African veld, there is a village. As the sun sets, parents tell their children it's time for bed. Look at those really good illustrations. She is so good at painting such a great picture of what it looks like. Layla greets her papa, who has been fishing. "Ooh, you caught a big one," she says. "Yes, it was a good day," Papa says. "It's time for bed," Papa tells Layla. "I just want to say goodnight to the fish," Layla says. "Come, Layla," Mama says. "I just want to say goodnight to the cat," Layla says. "It's getting late," Mama calls. "I just want to say goodnight to the bird," Layla says. "Layla, I just want to say goodnight to the goat," Layla says. Well, she's giving the goat a hug goodnight. "It's time to go to sleep," Mom calls. "I just want to say goodnight to the monkey," Layla says. "Come now," Mama says. "I just want to say goodnight to the chickens," Layla says. "Oh, Layla," Mama says. "I just want to say goodnight to the little ants," Layla says. "I'm just not ready to go to sleep," Layla says to her dog. "Woof," her dog says back. "Now," Mama says. Yes, I'm coming. I just want to say goodnight to the rock," Layla says. Layla gets into bed. "Sweet dreams," Mama says. "Good night, Mama." And look, her baby sibling is in their bed, and Layla is in her bed.
"You must be Ringo." Look, darling. Ringo.
"I just want to say goodnight to my book," Layla says. "Good night, Moon," she whispers and smiles. And look, that's a book we've read together in our classroom.
I don't know, there's just something about him. Something around him.
So, what we learn from this story is Layla's just like us. She doesn't want to go to bed when it's time to go to bed, so she delays it, and she goes and she says, "I want to say goodnight to the chickens and to the ants and to the monkeys, and to say goodnight to the fish, and say goodnight to," what else does she want to say goodnight to? Oh, her cat. And then she says goodnight to the bird. So she just delays saying goodnight. Oh, she says goodnight to their goat. And so she just delays going to bed as long as she can. And I bet I don't know any boys and girls that ever do anything like that, do I?
You better go easy on that stuff.
I know that the boys and girls that live in my house do that, or did that when they were really little, like first grade age. They would do that too. they would want to say, "Oh, Mom, I need a drink of water. Mom, you forgot this, or you forgot this bear. I want to sleep with this bear." So, Layla lives all the way in Africa, and she delays going to bed, just like we do here in America. And although Layla's house may look different, and the things that Layla has around her may look different, Layla's just like us. Mom gets fed up and she says, "Layla, enough." Layla comes right away. Because you know what? We all know when Mama said enough. We know that one tone of voice that our mamas, or that grown-up woman that takes care of us, has. That voice, maybe when they say your first name and your last name, your first name and your middle name. I always knew that when my mama said Robin Diane, I was in big trouble. So that meant I better stop what I was doing. So when Layla heard her mama say, what did she say? "Come now." When she heard Mama say "come now," Layla came now, right? So Layla loves her mama. She also loves delaying going to bed. And I think some of us are a lot like Layla. We probably love our mamas, but we also delay going to bed. So this week, let's shorten that bedtime ritual just a little bit. And don't forget, we are working on being good friends and surprising our mamas with something this week. So maybe part of that surprise is we don't delay our bedtime. We just hop up the first time Mama tells us it's bedtime and we go straight to bed. Mom would think something was wrong with us. And that might be just the surprise Mom needed. If you just jumped up, gave her a kiss on the cheek, gave her a quick squeeze, and hopped into bed. What do you think? That might be an easy, quick way for you to show Mom, "Hey, I know you've been working really hard and you need a break. And I know I need sleep for my brain to grow. So let me hop up into this bed." And not be like Layla and take forever to get in bed. I think that would be a pretty cool lesson for us to do. But again, sometimes it's okay to say goodnight to everything, right? Because she had some cool animals that they use to help take care of themselves. So, I hope you enjoyed this edition of Sword Stories with Miss Underwood. And I just want to say goodnight to you. I love you from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, and I can't wait to see you later. Good night.